Tag team champion in the world. So what?
If you talk out, you get beat down. The batty boy send them to B-town. Boy, you spectate and debate the gunshot lead down. Them can't talk if them 6 feet down. Bad man nowadays in Boston, the police depress, cause them have no evidence for arrest. So them just protest. Free people us over the shoulders of the road, cause them know we pure. Bad man like Rambo. Not the type of man you should stand to, and not the type to make demands to, because them brand you and plan to make you into plant food. So take heed just like you should. And that's why I know fussy boy them are gonna lose their fingers from the little thing them use to go and crack the peanuts, while the blacks hot they up in the freezers. We disappear bad man like them diseases. Dip on the beaches with Bacardi breezes, while them underneath Lansdowne swimming with feces. In the box, dip on the road to Jesus. This is where real things go down. Welcome to B-Town. Out in the street, they call it murder.
So this is Jeff. Yeah, 30 seconds.
All right, welcome to the first episode of the Shock Report. I am your host, Stephen Jufrey, alongside Nicholas Lanteri.
Hello, hello, hello.
We have no idea what we're going to talk about today. First episode.
I think introductions,
001.
maybe.
Introductions?
Yeah.
You want to start?
No.
No?
You're the host. I'm the wingman.
Well, let me get this little Twitter feed. Taking too long to encode, skipping frames. Oh, that's crappy. Let's see here.
It's the internet.
Whoop, we got rid of video. Hold on. Get rid of Twitter. All right. Let's go to... Bam, there we go. Hosts. I'm your host, Stephen Jufrey. You can see me on Twitter at sjufreyjr. I hardly ever use it. I am always using the WrestlingShock Twitter account. So yeah, I've been a wrestling fan for quite some time. Owner of WrestlingShock.com, decided to try this whole podcast thing out, see how it works. I post all the news on the site. We are also looking for writers. So if you are looking to write, feel free to email me at the link addressed there below. So yeah, that's pretty much my intro. And now we have Nicholas Lanteri, who, bam, you can see right there.
Yep, and you can get me on Twitter. I'm kind of back on it. I was on it and then I got off it, so I'm just brand new to it now, I guess. And that's at Nick Dos Tres. That's 23 in Spanish. Well, actually 2 and 3, but my favorite numbers. So you can hit me up on there. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and you can get me there. And the Wrestling Shock webpage, obviously, if you have any specific questions. I'm also a huge wrestling fan from childhood till now. I did some training, ended up hurting myself a lot, and don't do it too much anymore. And that's pretty much it for me.
I don't think it likes our video.
Well, it's because I'm way too good looking.
That is true. That's true. So, let's see. Yeah, taking too long to encode, skipping frames. All right. Well, luckily, we're the only ones actually watching the show right now on our iPad, off to the left of us. So that's a somewhat good thing, I guess. So yeah, what are we going to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, we just had
SummerSlam.
So
yes, that was what last Sunday.
Yeah.
Last Sunday. One of the favorite matches from there was definitely the Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins match.
The ongoing feud.
Yes, and the whole lumberjack match. I was questioning of how well that was going to go, seeing as Triple H pretty much threatens the entire roster. So I figured that it would be pretty much everyone against Dean Ambrose, which that was not the case. So that was good. And now Dean Ambrose is going to be out for a few months filming a movie.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you get your head put through cinder blocks. Come on.
Yeah, true. It's true.
He's in a coma somewhere.
Hiding. He refused medical attention. So he's hiding somewhere. The Divas definitely doing a lot better than they used to. Getting rid of splitting up some of the Funkadactyls and the Bella Twins.
Well, yeah, as we saw on Raw, it was a long time coming. Nikki and Brie going head to head.
I think it was a good call. I don't think there was no tag team titles in the Divas division, so I think getting rid of the tag team groups is what's best for business. But if you miss watching the Bella Twins together, you can watch it on the WWE Network for $9.99. Yeah, you can see all their matches of them not tagging together, but working together. I think ever since Nikki Bella had the boob job done, I think that whole duo is pretty much down from there.
Well, I mean, that nip slip didn't help either.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. Which one?
Yes. But since Nikki had the implants, they were no longer able to play their switcheroo in the ring. So I think that kind of was a downfall for them. But yeah, the Divas division is definitely looking better with the newly crowned Divas champion, two-time Divas champion Paige, feuding with the one and only AJ Lee Punk.
Yeah. Perfection.
Rumors have it that AJ is looking to possibly distance herself again from the WWE, which hopefully she does not.
Which would explain the title change so quickly.
The only reason I don't doubt that is, every single time she goes in for a wrestling match, there is always CM Punk chants, so it's kind of probably is a down on her.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because she's a great diva herself and a great wrestler, and just everyone just CM Punk. He's not coming back.
Nope, unfortunately.
He's not coming back.
The closest you're going to get to seeing CM Punk live is
watching
right here on, hold on a second.
Yes.
Right here on Shock Report
right there.
Is going to be the closest you get to see CM Punk live. And if CM Punk is watching this, which I know he is not, I want to say thank you for allowing us to plug you
Yep.
Wait, did he allow us? No,
Mhm.
I don't think he allowed us to plug him. But luckily for the WWE action figure, we are able to plug CM Punk for. So here's CM Punk.
It's actually funny. Before his match with Taker at WrestleMania, I made a stop motion movie of him having a wrestling match with Taker and him going over and
Really?
breaking the streak.
Well, unfortunately, the other Paul Heyman guy got to beat the streak.
Yeah, exactly.
Which always had mixed feelings about Brock Lesnar beating the streak.
He's the beast.
Not sure if that was what was best for business. They are giving him a huge push, which now him being the new WWE champion,
Undisputed.
find it really hard for Seth Rollins to cash in the briefcase. Who's he going to... I don't think he has a chance of cashing it in against Brock Lesnar. The only thing I can think of is there will be a Brock Lesnar match where he will either A,
screw him over,
lose the title, or B, pull another Triple H being the referee and a SummerSlam replay from 2013 where Triple H pedigreed Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton came out and cashed in. I can see them doing something like that with Seth Rollins. Them screwing over Brock Lesnar and having Seth Rollins come in and cash in the Money in the Bank. Other than that, I don't think I see him actually cashing in the title, at least not for a win.
I think he'll be cashing. He won't be cashing it for a while either. I think he's gonna be holding on to it for kind of like Dolph did for a little while.
One of the things I read online is that one of the house shows last night, I think it was supposed to be advertised as Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, but with Dean Ambrose out of action, it was Roman Reigns filling in. So usually the house shows, they use that as making matches of see how the fans react to a certain match and to see if it's worth putting on air. So we could possibly see a Seth Rollins Roman Reigns feud coming in the near future. Could also see, I believe it was one of the reports I read about Big Show and Bray Wyatt possibly feuding.
Yeah, I think I posted that on the Twitter for the WrestlingShock, that Bray and Big Show would also be going at, maybe Big Show tagging with the Usos.
Yeah.
And Bray and his family.
Yeah, so could possibly see a new feud for Big Show once Chris Jericho. I think Chris Jericho is slated to leave actually after Night of Champions. Yeah. So as soon as he will be gone again. And
Fozzy.
If you would like to see Chris Jericho while he is gone, you can tune on into the Shock Report, because we have Chris Jericho live also on the Shock Report alongside CM Punk. So if you start missing Chris Jericho, feel free to tune into the Shock Report. He will be here live with us each and every Sunday. So, what else? Well, tomorrow night on Raw, they have the legends, Hogan, Ric Flair, and Shawn Michaels returning to Raw to set off the show at 8 o'clock to discuss the John Cena and Brock Lesnar rematch for Night of Champions. I don't know, but is there really anything to discuss about that match?
They're going to do 32 suplexes instead of 16.
32. Well, the only thing Ric Flair is the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Brock Lesnar did 16 suplexes against John Cena. If John Cena is to win at Night of Champions, he will tie Ric Flair's title streak. So that's one thing. It could be tomorrow, too, where they retire the big gold belt. All three of the panel for tomorrow night have been title holders of that big gold belt.
Yep.
So who knows? Maybe Night of Champions triple threat match: Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan for the big gold belt.
Hogan did say something on Twitter about having one more in him. So
yeah, it looks like
plus Sting. We got Sting coming.
Sting, yes. Special guest referee Sting. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. The Hulk Hogan one more match. Not really sure if that's going to be worth seeing. He's 60 years old this year?
I mean,
maybe a little bit younger.
It could be done. It could be done right.
It could be. John Cena did get squashed by Brock Lesnar pretty bad, so I think a Hulk Hogan John Cena match. Hulk Hogan has the leg drop. John Cena has his his attitude adjustments, the AA, formerly known as the FU.
Yep.
So could be one move each, and Hulk Hogan win his last match at WrestleMania. What else? And then Sting.
Sting, he's planning on one more match. That's all he's been talking about on everything on the internet has been, I've got one more match. I want to, do one more match in WWE and all that stuff. So I think if it's done well, or if they give him a good spot, it could be.
Sting does keep talking about wanting to know what it's like to be in a WWE ring, and also know what it's like to be on WrestleMania. So hopefully they don't pull like an Undertaker thing and bring him back like a month before WrestleMania to start a feud. I hope they bring him sooner than that. Allow him to kind of build a feud with someone, especially where he won't be wrestling until then. Maybe build some type of promo feuds or something, and hopefully it's not against John Cena. Hopefully that would be against a up and rising WWE star. I think it'll be a great push. Fighting Sting in his believe.
Well, that's the thing I love about the Wyatts right now with Jericho, because some of their promos have been awesome. Like that sit down they had.
Yes.
They've been awesome things.
Bray Wyatt is phenomenal with promos. Hopefully as much of a Chris Jericho fan as I am, hopefully they do not, demote the Wyatts after this feud.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler, the former WWE former World Heavyweight Champion, lost the title, feuded with Chris Jericho before Chris Jericho left the last time, beat Chris Jericho, and that was it. Dolph Ziggler went right back down the line. Or what about that guy there, the one that starts with the F? Fun.
Wait. That guy.
Yeah, the Fandango had a great WrestleMania win against Chris Jericho. And what is he doing now? Love feud with Summer Rae and Layla, or
are they even doing that?
Playing I don't.
It's more you just get screwed over.
Yeah. That was a bad push. So it almost seems like some of the feuds with Chris Jericho, following the Chris Jericho feud, you kind of get demoted. And it's all downhill from there. It's all
not as bad as Sandown. What is he going to come out dressed as this week?
Yes. And everyone on Twitter is looking for Stingdow.
Yeah.
Yep, same Damien Stingdow. We posted a picture during the week with Damien Sandow from a long time ago.
Well, he wasn't Damien Sandow.
No, it was a Flashback Friday. What was it? I see way too many things and post way too many things to even know what I'm talking about half the time.
Was it Raven and?
It was Raven and what was his name though back then? Yeah, I completely forget what his name was back then. Who's that? Oh, Maurice. Yeah, I don't seem to have that still right now, but yeah, he was part of WWE quite some time ago. He is a graduate actually of Chaotic Wrestling.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a local guy.
Yep. Chaotic Wrestling is from, I believe, Andover. Yep. Nice local wrestling promotion with graduates like Damien Sandow, Kofi Kingston, yours truly, Darren Young, no time off, although we haven't seen him in quite some time, but supposedly he has no time off. So yeah. Also this week was pretty cool. I obviously do a lot of posting on Twitter. Thought it was pretty cool that Ashley Massaro, former WWE diva, has started following me on Twitter. Has not responded back to any messages I've sent her, but well, that's a discussion for another time. Also had tweets going back and forth with Tatanka, nice WWE legend. Just incredible. X-Pac tweeted a little something to me once.
Yep. The Hogan one was the best, probably.
Oh yeah, I had a Hogan tweets. on my old Twitter account. Hulk Hogan tweeted to me after I tweeted a photo with my Hulk Hogan lunchbox when I was about, I don't know, 15. No, I'm just kidding. I was probably about 6, 7, maybe. So yeah, him retweeting to me that was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm always on Twitter. Post quite a bit on the Wrestling Shock page, retweets, tweets, all that fun stuff.
My goal is to get CM Punk to follow me on Twitter or to start a Twitter feud with him. Either or is acceptable.
That would be awesome. A Twitter feud with CM Punk that is in the works. Hopefully that can happen. I really don't see that happening.
No.
CM Punk might throw the C word out at you. I don't know, but
or block me.
Block you. Probably won't block
me.
Yes. That was another one I've actually had as well. Was a Jim Ross. That was probably one of the coolest ones ever. Jim Ross tweeted to me during that whole fake Undertaker Twitter account thing. He followed the fake account for all of 5 minutes. When I seen that, I tweeted to him asking if that was legit. He responded back saying, "Look again," and he stopped following under the fake Undertaker account. So yeah, a tweet from him was pretty cool. So yeah, it's wrestling sites now. I've done wrestling sites. I was doing them back in the early 2000s with one of my friends, Kevin, who ran the ProWrestlingFans.com site before selling it and it going to complete garbage now. He ran that site for many years. I used to do other sites and of my own and do sites with them. But lots changed now with social media.
It's the way to go with everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
News is awesome on Twitter. Interaction with a lot of the superstars. A lot of them do interact. Some do, some don't. But it's pretty cool to see the ones that do. Whether they retweet, favorite a tweet, tweet back.
Oh, have you seen that yet?
It's pretty cool.
The Paul Heyman DVD yet?
Yeah, the Paul Heyman DVD. Have not got it yet. I was hoping they put it on the WWE Network soon, but
that'll be out for a while. But
probably gonna be one of those things that they do like a year later. There'll be some Paul Heyman special next year.
It, I want to see it.
Yeah, if you buy it, we'll have to watch it. Yeah. Paul Heyman, yeah, definitely want to see it. That Paul Heyman DVD looks pretty good. Heard a lot of great reviews on it. That's one thing to talk about. The WWE Network for $9.99.
Only
$9.99 or $14.99. There's a new one we can start. It's $14.99 if you go month by month.
Ooh.
And you don't do the 6-month commitment. It's only $14. I was listening to the WWE their annual report phone call that they did when they were talking numbers, and on there they discussed the network doing that for the network, but it was going to be $19.99 if you did it by a month subscription. But when they released it, it came down to being $14.99. So they must have crunched some numbers, and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so the WWE Network. Some of this content on there, I have it. I've had it since day one. It took me probably about 5 to 6 hours before I was able to sign up for the WWE Network.
It was a mad rush when it first got launched. Everyone wanted it, and everyone was jumping on the train.
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, we still only have one watching, and that would be us on the iPad.
Well, it is 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. And everyone's probably watching the VMAs. I mean,
VMAs. It's hard to compete with Miley twerking.
Who debuts a show the night of a VMA? I mean, that's just nonsense. That's just nonsense. But the great thing about this is it will...
Test run.
Yeah. And the great thing about this is you'll be able to relive the moment on youtube.com/WrestlingShock. The video will be posted on there whenever YouTube... Forever. Episode 001. Forever. So hopefully we get some type of views on it. I will probably plug it all week long on Twitter at WrestlingShock.com.
And like I said, this is a test run. We'll get more organized.
Yeah. A little bit better scripted, a little bit better run. The
test run here.
Yeah. After this show is complete, I will probably watch it a few times over and over and over. And the best part about the show is you can watch it for free. Yeah, that's right. Unlike the WWE Network,
I might start charging $9.99.
$9.99. Yeah, we want viewers. Yeah. With the network though, I like it. I like watching some of the old shows. The live stream that they do, that really has not caught my attention. I feel like I can just go on there whenever I want and watch a show. So, I'm not gonna sit there and that's a little behind on that. Yeah,
that's fine.
That's cool.
I like the old how everything's on there, the ECW stuff.
Yeah.
All old pay-per-views. You can watch, old SummerSlams, old WrestleManias.
I think that's what really catches my attention the most on there.
The Attitude Era alone, just watching stuff from that is awesome.
I think watching a lot of that stuff, like I said, the live stream though, they do the live stream, but there's nothing, you can go back and watch it. So it's like I'm not going to sit here and watch it and pull up my PlayStation and sit on PlayStation all day waiting for shows to appear when you can just kind of go back and watch it on the on-demand library.
Yeah.
Also, this, they during their announcement of the WWE Network, they mentioned and gave out Chromecasts to everyone that was sitting in the audience, but they still have not yet added the Chromecast to the app. I think once that's done, I'd definitely watch it probably a lot more than I do now, as it would be easier to stream from my phone to the TV.
Yeah.
Rather than going through PlayStation, signing in, yada, yada, yada. I think that would be pretty cool to do. But the pay-per-views are phenomenal. I think SmackDown should be live on the network.
Yeah, if they did SmackDown live, I mean, they did just announce it's going to be taken over to Thursday
nights.
So
I don't think it'll still be live though. I think they like doing the back-to-back.
It's going to be.
Yeah, I think they like the Monday, Tuesday. There's rumors floating over the internet saying that they're going to record Raw and SmackDown the same night. If they do that, we're probably going to lose main event or something, because I don't see them doing main
8
event
hours
Raw.
Of wrestling.
Yeah, main event Raw, SmackDown, and Superstars all in one night. But they are trying to cut costs.
Yeah.
I think though, if they put the SmackDown on WWE Network, that will help get a lot of viewers. I think. I know pretty much every single website owner out there for wrestling sites would probably purchase it, because they wouldn't have to rely on the audience in the crowd to send spoilers and post spoiler alerts.
Well, that's the thing about SmackDown too, is because it's not live, it's taped on Tuesdays. Everyone goes, and then either during the show or that next morning, you've got all the results and everything that happened right there. So it's like, why watch it? Why even bother watch it? I know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, unless there was a phenomenal match that someone raved about.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'm not really a big SmackDown fan. I mean, if I'm home on a Friday night, nothing to do, sure, I'll put it on. But I mean, other than that, it's not. It's not up there on shows I would like to watch on a Friday night.
I'll watch Sci-Fi for Sharknado before I watch it for SmackDown.
We are not, sponsored by Sharknado at all,
or Sci-Fi,
or Shipyard Pumpkinhead. But we will throw out some random people during our shows, because maybe someday they will sponsor us, and we'd be doing better than sitting in a living room with a laptop. Yeah. So hopefully the W Network, they add some new shows. They got the Total Divas, but they're airing from season 1 and season 2, and we're coming out with season 3 on Sunday, September 7th, which is a horrible time to debut when NFL football, Patriots, season 1, game 1 of the year.
If you gotta think about it, it gives us something for the ladies. Not everyone's into the football, so the ladies can go in the other room, watch Total Divas, and then everyone's watching.
And then I'll just watch it later on the WWE Network.
Exactly.
In 8-10 months. That's another thing. I wish when they did that new contract at the beginning of the year that dropped the WWE stocks down quite a bit, and Vince McMahon lost a lot of money, is part of the new contract they should have allowed Raw to air on the network. Maybe not right after, but maybe the next day. They have that contract with Hulu, where if you have Hulu Plus, you can watch Raw and SmackDown within the 24 hours after it airs.
Yeah.
I think they should definitely do something like that with the WWE Network. If they do, it'd be one step closer to getting rid of Comcast cable.
Well, they definitely need some kind of live wrestling show other than the stuff that they have on there like Legends House and stuff like that. They need actual not that Total Divas isn't interesting,
but I mean it's already been watched.
It's already been watched. It's like you need something new and live.
Yeah. I think they should do like a Miz TV, half-hour talk show at 11 o'clock at night.
Miz TV, a highlight reel, something.
Yeah.
Bring back Piper's Pit and just have him sit down with recent stars.
Yeah, I mean, think about Piper's Pit at like 11:30 at night. Doesn't need to be live. You can probably set up a room inside WWE, the WWE place there, headquarters. Set up a room, Piper's Pit.
Air it at night, like a normal talk show, like Conan or something. Like Conan, they tape that in the afternoon. They air it at 11. Do that with the WWE Network. Oh.
That would be fantastic. That's why I like some of the shows they've had in the past. Piper's Pit, Highlight Reel, Edge. What's Edge doing these days? Cutting Edge.
Yeah,
that would be fantastic. Miz TV, the Peep Show.
Yeah, because everyone would love to see these guys. They love them when they come out for whether it be Royal Rumble or the Hall of Fame night or Night of Champions. Whenever they come out and they do like the guest appearances, where everyone loves it, and those are probably the highest rated Raws or wrestling shows. And it's like you got them there. Why not throw them on the network? You need the network to get viewers and subscribers. Give them a show.
I know. I would probably definitely watch. One of those talk shows on the WWE Network. I think it would.
If Piper's Pit was on and they let him go at it, I'd watch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna suggest that. I'm gonna tweet to Piper after the show's over, and I'm gonna suggest that he does that, whether he's on good grounds or not with WWE. Or even Mick Foley, the comedian, comedian. Give him a comedy show on the WWE Network. Come on now. For $9.99, who wouldn't want to watch Mick Foley comedy show? Yeah, I know I would do it.
He could do like a Louis C.K. thing.
Yep. I mean, I think WWE has a lot of possibilities. Obviously, it's easy for us to suggest what should be on there. And money probably is another issue. But you know what? If Vince McMahon buys one less suit a year, I'm sure he can afford Piper's Pit or a Mick Foley comedy show.
Yeah, it's obviously money and contracts that's the deal, but it's also, I'm sure there's other stuff, personal relationships with people that they have.
Yeah.
And
well, Triple H is pretty good right now at fixing bad relationships. Triple H is one of the main reasons the Ultimate Warrior came back for a few days. Rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
That was a little crazy situation. So that's probably all well, Slam City. Who watches Slam City? I mean, it's about 2 minutes long, cartoon show. Rather than producing 32-minute long shows for Slam City,
I don't know.
They are entertaining. I just think they need to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Rather than separating them into all 2-minute ones, maybe do a 15-minute show or something like that. And they're making these shows and they're trying to pull you into the WWE Network using it, but for $0.00, you can watch Slam City on WWESlamCity.com. For Total Divas, you can watch it for free on the E Network and on demand on Comcast. So I just think they need some newer original content.
Something you can't get in another source of media.
Yes. I mean, they have, like they said, all the past Raws from years ago. They're going to be doing old Nitros.
Which would be cool. I mean,
it's going to be cool, but
unless you're a wrestling fan, you most likely already have the network, and that's the only thing that that's not going to attract new people. That don't really on the verge.
And that's might attract fans like the older crowd, people that grew up watching, Hulk Hogan and the NWO and all that stuff. But WWE lately running the PG era,
PG-13.
PG-13. They they're not 10-year-olds. People don't care about the NWO. What 10-year-old kid knows who Scott Hall or some of the old ones there from the
Kevin
Wolfpack days.
Nash.
Kevin Nash, Macho Man, Eric Bischoff. They weren't around then during that time, so they probably wouldn't really care to watch it. But if they do some newer content on there, I think that'd be a lot better. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
That's the network rant.
The network rants. Yeah, like I said, just more stuff on there. I think they're advertising it. I think the $9.99 promos. I think it was funny at first for a while. I think it's starting to get a little on the, trying to figure out which wrestler can say $9.99 the most.
Yep.
Definitely getting a little overkilled. I think it's almost like the radio stations out playing songs.
That Cars for Kids commercial. Oh my god, I hear that one more time.
1-800 K. What is it? 1-800 Cars for
Let's not
Kids.
get into
KARS Cars for Kids.
Yes, that's just gonna drive me mad.
What about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? Have you watched any of the WWE superstars with their ice bucket challenges?
Well, obviously I watched CM Punk's, and he called out, some LA Kings and a bunch of sports guys. I watched
Vince McMahon's.
I watched Vince's.
Yeah. Who's good? Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I saw that one.
They had that ice bucket challenge they did nicely done. And who else?
Brett did one. Brett.
Oh, really?
Hitman Hart.
Yeah, I missed that one. I heard Ric Flair did one. I didn't watch that. I'm sure probably it wasn't water. It might have been some type of form of alcohol dumping over his head.
The best one was, right there on Raw when Dean Ambrose.
Oh, yes. Seth Rollins Ice Bucket Challenge.
That was probably the best one for charity.
And I think Seth Rollins donated $9.99.
Yeah, for that.
But in all seriousness, yes, ALS Challenge. If you're watching this or you're going to watch this, make sure you donate to the ALS Challenge. The Ice Bucket Challenge thing was a little silly kind of promotion thing for it. But it did help. They say there was a lot more donations done this year than they have been in the past. So I think the word's getting out there a lot more. And they're talking about using the Ice Bucket Challenge now for other charities. But how many more? I don't think you can have people doing 30,000 Ice Bucket Challenges for all the charities that are out there. So
they'd have to do something else.
Yeah. Some type of other way, but
the hot dog challenge. How many hot dogs do you eat for starving kids in Africa?
Yeah. Do like a challenge like that, and depending on how many you eat is how much you have to donate, or some silly business like that. But the Ice Bucket Challenge thing was a cool idea. Definitely helped out a lot.
Speaking of the Ice Bucket Challenge, on Twitter, Layla, I took the Ice Bucket Challenge, and then she just called out, I believe, Alicia Fox, Sergeant Slaughter, and Liam. So there's a little update.
Very nice.
Nice Bucket Challenge.
Let's see what else is going on the Twitter world. This past week we actually had 2 new members added to Wrestling Shock. We have the Raw is Gibby. We now, he posts his podcasts on WrestlingShock.com as well as starting his own wrestling column. And we also have Shane Shoemaker, who will also be posting columns on WrestlingShock.com. So make sure you check those out in your free time or while you're at work, supposed to be working. Read them, comment on them. They would love to hear your feedback. And feedback usually does help, with further posts and stuff like that. So be sure to check them out. Also, you can see it's been up for a while is our social networking. Join us on Facebook.com/WrestlingShock. Request to join our group, Facebook.com groups WrestlingShock. We're on Twitter, WrestlingShock.com. Just WrestlingShock. And on YouTube at WrestlingShock. Also, one that's not on there is Instagram at WrestlingShock. Post random pictures on there. We try to do Woman Crush Wednesday, and we're doing Throwback Thursdays, and we're doing Freaky Friday. The last Freaky Friday was the Edge and Lita Raw skit that they did.
The X-rated superstar.
The X-rated superstar, yes. And Lita, that was quite the interesting.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yes, yes. Lita, give you all the props, and Edge, good for you, buddy. Also, Throwback Thursday last week was Nikki from the Spirit Squad, who everyone now knows as Dolph Ziggler. I never put two and two together until recently. So we try to do some Throwback Thursdays on Instagram and all that stuff.
Apparently, Emma's wrestling at the house show.
Oh, Emma is wrestling at a house show right now.
Yep.
She's still an iPad case, and she's been kicked off Raw pretty much.
Someone just posted a video of her entering to the ring.
Oh, very nice.
See, this is what I mean
about
house shows.
There it is.
Stuff gets ruined, or
Oh, yep. Look at that, bubbles and everything.
Yep. Bubbles are back.
Bubbles are back. I think ever since Santino Marella retired from wrestling, I think he hurt Emma's career. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely boosted, gave her, there was a silly couple,
Yes, very silly couple. Wonder if we'll see Renee Young at all. Renee Young is she is supposedly the significant other of Dean Ambrose. They've been spotted quite a lot together. Yeah.
Oh, you think they might bring her out and she'll do like a horrible acting job as
Oh,
Daniel Bryan's therapist did?
Oh, sorry, Chelsea Green, but the Megan Miller, that was a little bad acting.
The storyline
you might want to
right from TNA.
Might need to hit NXT for a little while. We've also tweeted to Chelsea Green trying to get an interview with her.
Oh, then I'm sorry. Please come on a show.
Chelsea, she's at Chelsea A Green on Twitter. She's wrestling for a few. She wrestles for a few like independent wrestling organizations, and has been technically signed by WWE. So she probably will be showing up in the NXT arena sooner than later. She's a ECCW wrestler, Jada. You can find her on Twitter at Chelsea A Green and on Facebook at Jada Pro Wrestling. Yeah, she has some nice pictures on there. She actually did post a picture of her getting mid-slap from Brie Bella. So it's definitely her. That's one thing too about social media is, back in the heyday when they would pull out random people from a show. Are we still? Let's see. Yes. Yeah. So they used to pull people out from the crowd. Wrestle. A lot of them were always indie wrestlers that were in the local area at the time. But people didn't know that. I mean, obviously, you knew wrestling was fake and that it had to be somebody. But now with social media,
you can look up who they are.
Yeah, I think when Megan Miller made her debut there and showed up out of the crowd, I think matter of 5 minutes, people are already tweeting that it was Chelsea A Green. So that's another part of social media that is helping out the wrestling site world. I
really want one of those AJ Funko things now.
Oh yes, AJ Lee posted what is this thing called?
It's a Funko Pup Star.
Funko Pup Star. If anyone finds a Funko Pup Star, please let Nick know.
Look at right now. There's Rock, Ryback, Stone Cold. Oh, not Ryback. Stone Cold, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Sheamus, CM Punk. That's the first series apparently.
The AJ Lee must be a new one because she does have one, and it has the new WWE logo on it. It's the original Funko that she tweeted today. Has a lot of football stars. Original Funko. Yeah, so there's supposedly going to be an AJ Lee one out there. So if you find one, let Nicholas know. I'm sure he will be happy to hear or find that figure. There we go. This is his Twitter account. So make sure you tweet to him, let him know.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been in this for maybe about 45 minutes now. If there are anyone watching, tweet to us at um, WrestlingShock, and your Twitter your tweet will show up on our little feed here on the top left-hand corner. So tweet to at WrestlingShock. Your tweet will come up if you have any questions, and we will answer them. If not, we will probably be signing off shortly.
Yeah, like I said, just test run. This is first chance. Test it out, see how it goes.
We'll watch it. We'll learn from it.
Get more scripted, and then the
also,
more you feedback.
Feedbacks will be fantastic. Leave some feedback, and we will definitely listen to what you have to say. Hopefully, the audio on here was pretty good. If not, then oh crap, we suck.
I am a little soft spoken, so.
He is. We're gonna have to get him a microphone or something. Get a little bit closer.
I want a JBL headset.
Gonna work on doing some stuff like that. Hopefully, over time, we will our quality, our shows, our location, our backdrop. Hopefully, the video feed will work better. I have been testing out a little bit with Google Plus Hangout, so might switch over to the Google Plus Hangout thing too eventually.
Really that, but
I'll try it out in general, see how it works.
Plan on checking out local shows.
Yes. Hopefully someday Chaotic Wrestling will allow us to do a show from there. I think that would be pretty cool.
You could be the announce table that someone goes through.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
We'll be the Spanish announce table.
Yeah, so like I said, check us out, WrestlingShock.com. We're not the fastest with the news, not the most up to date with the news quite yet. Right now, it's just me posting news. Hopefully, we'll be adding on some more posters, but working a full-time job and all that fun stuff kind of takes away from the post all day long. But the one thing we are though is a ad-free site. There's a lot of wrestling sites out there that you click on their site and a pop-up opens and there's audio in the background, and that can be embarrassing if you're at your work desk and random stuff starts playing in the background saying, "Oh, you just won $1 million. Click here to accept." A lot of those ads, that's how you get spam on your PC, and if you have spam on your PC, check out malwarebytes.org. It'll help remove all these spamware, spyware. I work in an IT department, so any of those questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, so we're ad-free. We'll like to continue to stay ad-free. As long as everything is free to us, we will continue to be free to you. Yeah, so looks like no one's really tweeting any questions to us.
Well, I mean, like I said, we're competing against VMAs. So
yes, I mean
Miley's probably on stage right now twerking and doing something.
We might have to turn the VMAs on. I think we're going to put the VMAs on. We're going to sign out. Like I said, leave feedback. Be great to hear from what people think of this. If we sucked, please let us know we sucked.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I get told that every day, so I mean, nothing new.
Yeah. If we were all right, let us know we're all right. Yeah, so once again, this is the Shock Report, episode 001.
We actually just sort of called it 000.
000.
Just a test run.
That should have been. I can rename it.
Yeah, I think that's.
This will be Shock Report, episode 000, for those who care. So we are out. Once again, make sure you check us out on Twitter at WrestlingShock.
Got another website, buddy.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm just saying WrestlingShock.com. Our Twitter account is just WrestlingShock. My personal account, which I am sometimes on, is at SGIUFFREJR. And then there's Nicholas, also at Nick Dos Tres. He is not Spanish by any means.
I just like the numbers 23. Ocho Cinco changed his name to Numbers, and then I was like, man, I could do that too. So, I mean.
So check us out. It was a pleasure doing this.
Yeah. See you next week.
Yes. Hopefully next Sunday night we will be back again. We'll advertise during the week. Hopefully there'll be no VMAs or any other show that can kick our ass or anything like that.
Exactly.
So we're out. Hope you all enjoyed the show, if you watched the video on YouTube later on,
Or listened.
or listened to the show at all. So yeah, see you next week.